Welcome to Canada. Get ready to explore the most breathtaking places this beautiful country has to offer. From majestic mountains to vibrant cities, Canada has it all. Let's dive in and discover the 15 best places to visit in Canada. First stop, Banff National Park. Picture this: towering mountains, turquoise lakes so blue they look photoshopped, and more wildlife. We're talking elk, bighorn sheep, maybe even a bear or two if you're lucky. Or maybe unlucky, depends on how close you get. Banff is basically a giant postcard come to life. You can hike through fields of wildflowers, go whitewater rafting on the Bow River, or take a gondola ride up to the top of Sulphur Mountain for jaw-dropping views. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can even try dog sledding or ice climbing. Now let's talk about the town of Banff itself. It's this charming little mountain village with cozy cafes. And if you're a fan of souvenirs, and who isn't, you'll find plenty of moose-themed goodies to take home. So, pack your hiking boots, your camera, and your sense of adventure because Banff National Park is a Canadian must-see. Next up, we're heading to one of the most iconic natural wonders in the world, Niagara Falls. You know it, you love it. It's the waterfall that makes you go, wow. Millions of gallons of water cascading over a cliff every second. It's loud, powerful, and a little bit terrifying in the best way possible. Take a boat tour to get up close and personal with the falls, prepare to get soaked, or even soar above it all on a helicopter ride. It's one of those bucket list destinations that lives up to the hype. Bonjour. And that's what we're going to say to the beautiful city of Quebec City. Oh my goodness, this place is incredible. Quebec City is like stepping into Europe without, the whole passport thing and the long plane ride. I mean, the architecture is so charming, it's like a fairy tale. Cobblestone streets, those cute little shops and cafes that will make you say, ooh la la in no time. And speaking of cafes, let's talk about the food. They have these things called croissants. I don't know if you've heard of them, but trust me, they'll change your life. Buttery, flaky, and oh so delicious. And don't even get me started on the maple syrup. Make sure you visit Old Quebec. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for good reason. It's like stepping back in time, but like in a good way. So put on your beret, grab yourself a croissant, and get ready to explore Quebec City. All right, Toronto, get ready to be amazed. Toronto is like the New York City of Canada, but friendlier and cleaner. Don't tell New York I said that, but seriously, Toronto is incredible. First things first, you gotta visit the CN Tower. It's iconic. You can see the entire city from up there. And if you're feeling really brave, you can even walk on the glass floor. I don't know about you, but I'd be clinging to the walls for dear life. Toronto is also known for its diverse culture, so you'll find every kind of food imaginable here. I'm talking about amazing food from all over the world. And for all my shopping enthusiasts, get your wallets ready. Toronto has some of the best shopping in the world. Oh, and if you're a sports fan, you've got to catch a hockey game. Hockey is like a religion in Canada, and the atmosphere at a game is electric. So put on your jersey, grab some popcorn, and get ready to cheer. Vancouver. The city where you can go skiing in the mountains and surfing in the ocean all in one day. Okay, maybe not all in one day, but you get the idea. Vancouver is absolutely breathtaking. Surrounded by mountains and water, Vancouver is like something out of a postcard. You can hike through lush forests, kayak in the harbor, or just relax on the beach and soak up the sun. And the best part, you can do it all with a view. And speaking of views, you gotta take a ride on the Grouse Mountain Sky Ride. It's a gondola that takes you up to the top of Grouse Mountain, where you'll be rewarded with panoramic views of the city, ocean, and surrounding mountains. Vancouver is also a very walkable city, so be sure to explore neighborhoods like Gastown, with its cobblestone streets and Victorian architecture, or Granville Island, a bustling market with local crafts, fresh produce, and delicious food. Vancouver, you've stolen our hearts. All right, everyone, pack your imaginary bags because we're heading to Prince Edward Island. You know, that place with the red sand beaches. It's like walking on Mars, but instead of aliens, you might see a cute little crab scuttling by. And speaking of cute, the villages on Prince Edward Island are just the most adorable things ever. They're like something out of a storybook, with cobblestone streets and colorful houses. I bet you could find a mean lemonade stand there too. And you know what else is cute? Anne of Green Gables. Did you know the books are set on Prince Edward Island? I bet you can just feel the imagination running wild in a place like this. It's like stepping back in time, but with better Wi-Fi, hopefully. So, if you're looking for a charming getaway with beautiful beaches and a touch of literary history, Prince Edward Island is calling your name. Next up, we're heading to another stunning national park, but this time, it's Jasper. Now, Jasper is known for its rugged beauty. We're talking towering mountains, glaciers that'll take your breath away, and forests that go on forever. It's like stepping into a nature documentary, and speaking of nature, Jasper is home to some pretty incredible wildlife. We're talking bears, elk, moose, maybe even a unicorn if you're lucky. Just kidding about the unicorn. Or am I? Jasper is full of surprises. Now I know what you're thinking, this all sounds great, but what if I'm not exactly the outdoorsy type? Well, fear not, my friend. Jasper has something for everyone. You can go hiking, kayaking, or just relax by a lake and soak up the scenery. You can even take a gondola ride to the top of a mountain. So whether you're a seasoned adventurer or just looking for a chance to escape the hustle and bustle, Jasper National Park is a must-see. Just remember to pack your camera and your sense of adventure. Get ready to brush up on your Canadian history, folks, because we're heading to Ottawa, the nation's capital. First things first, you gotta visit Parliament Hill. It's like the Canadian version of the White House, but with friendlier politicians, I'm assuming. And you have to catch the changing of the guard ceremony. It's like a synchronized dance routine, but with bearskins and bagpipes. Ottawa's not all about history and politics, you know. It's also home to amazing museums, art galleries, and markets. And if you're feeling adventurous, try Poutine Canada's answer to loaded fries. So if you're looking for a city with history, culture, and quirkiness, Ottawa's the place to be. We're in Montreal, Quebec. Montreal is like the Paris of North America. Montreal is known for its vibrant culture, delicious food, and beautiful architecture. You can wander through the cobblestone streets of Old Montreal, grab a bite to eat at a sidewalk cafe, or catch a show at the famous Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. And speaking of food, have you ever had poutine? It's a Canadian delicacy. French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Trust me, it's even more delicious than it sounds. Montreal is a city with so much to offer, from its history and culture to its food and nightlife. So put on your beret, grab a croissant, and get ready to experience the best of Montreal. Next stop, Whistler, British Columbia. Get ready to trade your poutine for some powder, because Whistler is a winter wonderland. We're talking about world-class skiing and snowboarding, with over 8,000 acres of terrain to explore. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a first-timer, there's a slope for you in Whistler. But Whistler isn't just about winter sports. In the summer, you can go hiking, mountain biking, or even ziplining through the trees. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can try bungee jumping or whitewater rafting. Whistler is a place where you can challenge yourself, enjoy the great outdoors, and create memories that will last a lifetime. Plus, the hot chocolate here is amazing. And you know I love my hot chocolate. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're headed to Gros Morne National Park in Newfoundland. This place is like something out of a storybook, with towering cliffs, dramatic fjords, and sparkling waterfalls. It's no wonder Gros Morne is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can hike through ancient forests, kayak along the coast, or take a boat tour to see whales and icebergs. And speaking of giants, legend has it that Gros Morne is home to the Gros Morne gargoyle, a mythical creature that's said to roam the park at night. Now, I don't know if I believe in the gargoyle, but I do believe in seeing all the beauty this park has to offer. So pack your hiking boots, grab your binoculars, and get ready to explore the land of giants. Hey y'all, saddle up and get ready for Calgary, Alberta. This city's got that whole Wild West vibe going on, but with modern conveniences. Think craft breweries instead of saloons. Calgary is known as the heart of the New West. It's a city that embraces its cowboy roots while being totally hip and modern. Plus, you can see the Rocky Mountains from downtown. And don't miss the Calgary Tower. Zoom up for panoramic views of the city. But the main event is the Calgary Stampede. 10 days of rodeo action, live music, and fried food. Alright folks, bundle up because we're heading north to Churchill, Manitoba. This place is about as far north as you can go in Canada without hitting, well, more north. But trust me, it's worth the trip. Churchill is known as the polar bear capital of the world, and for good reason. Every fall, hundreds of these furry giants gather here waiting for the ice to freeze over on Hudson Bay so they can start hunting seals. And you can actually go on these amazing tours to see them up close. In a big, safe tundra buggy, of course. And if seeing polar bears isn't magical enough, Churchill is also one of the best places in the world to see the northern lights. Imagine, you're all bundled up, sipping hot chocolate, and then boom! The sky explodes in this dazzling display of green, pink, and purple lights. It's like Mother Nature's own personal rave. Now, Churchill might not have fancy restaurants or bustling nightlife, but that's part of its charm. It's a place to disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with nature. Just you, the great outdoors, and maybe a polar bear or two. Hey everybody, if you're looking for a place that'll make you say yo, then look no further than Yoho National Park in British Columbia. And no, I didn't make that up. It's a real place. First of all, they've got this lake called Emerald Lake. And you know those pictures of lakes that are so green they look photoshopped? Well, buckle up because this lake is the real deal. It's like Mother Nature took a paintbrush and said, "Hold my hiking boots, I'm about to create a masterpiece." And speaking of masterpieces, the waterfalls in Yoho are something else. You've got Wapta Falls, Tuckacaw Falls, and so many more. It's like Waterfall Palooza up in here. I'm talking massive amounts of water just cascading down mountainsides. It's enough to make you want to grab a barrel and go over Niagara, but like, in a good way. So yeah, Yoho National Park, pack your hiking boots, your camera, and maybe a waterproof case for all the drool, because trust me, you're gonna need it. Alright, let's talk Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia. This place is so beautiful, it's almost unfair to the other islands. Almost. But seriously, picture this. You're driving along this winding coastal road, the Cabot Trail, and on one side you've got the Atlantic Ocean, just vast and blue and full of possibilities. And on the other side, you've got these towering cliffs that look like they were carved by a giant with a really good sense of drama. I'm talking cliffs that could make a mountain goat nervous. They're that impressive. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ellen, this all sounds amazing, but what about the food? Don't you worry your pretty little heads because Cape Breton has you covered. Fresh seafood, delicious lobster, you name it, they've got it. So pack your bags, grab your camera, and get ready for a road trip you won't soon forget. And if you happen to see a giant with a chisel, tell him Ellen says nice work on the cliffs. Well, that's our show, everybody. We've explored mountains that touch the sky, lakes that sparkle like 1,000 diamonds, and cities that pulse with life. And let's be honest, we've only just scratched the surface of what Canada has to offer. I hope you've enjoyed this little virtual vacation as much as I have. And hey, if you're ever feeling lost and need a little adventure in your life, just remember, Canada's waiting for you with open arms, a warm welcome, and maybe even a plate of poutine. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Bon Voyage for more incredible travel adventures. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep on being awesome.